Right. Let's talk about something properly ambitious. It's called the Trans-European Transport Network, or TEN-T for short, and it is, quite simply, one of the biggest infrastructure projects on the planet. Imagine trying to upgrade every single important road, railway line, and shipping route across an entire continent, all at the same time. It's a bit like taking the engine out of a car while it's still driving down the motorway. It's huge, it's complicated, and it's happening right now. The goal is to get rid of all the annoying bottlenecks and missing links that make traveling across Europe a bit of a faff. So why bother with such a colossal undertaking? Well, the reasons are as big as the project itself. First off, it's about making life easier for all of us. No more getting stuck for hours at a border because the railway tracks suddenly change or because a motorway just stops. It's about creating one seamless network where a train from Lisbon can glide smoothly all the way to Kiev. This isn't just for holidays, it's crucial for business. A slicker transport system means goods get to shops faster, businesses can trade more easily, and that gives the whole European economy a massive shot in the arm. But there's another incredibly important reason: the environment. We all know we need to be cleverer about how we travel. TEN-T is designed to help us do just that. The plan heavily favors shifting lorry loads from congested roads onto trains and barges, which is much greener. It's also about future-proofing our transport by investing in new clean technologies. Think electric vehicle charging stations popping up along every major highway and ports where massive ships can plug into shoreside electricity instead of chugging away on dirty diesel. It's a grand design for a cleaner, more efficient Europe. This project is more than just pouring concrete and laying track. It's a fundamental rewiring of how a continent moves. It touches every single aspect of transport, from the giant container ships docking in Rotterdam to the humble bicycle path in a city center. The vision is to link everything together in a smart, sustainable way, ensuring that whether you're a lorry driver, a daily commuter, or a family on vacation, your journey is faster, safer, and better for the planet. It's a bold statement about unity, a physical web connecting nations and people like never before. Now, for the brilliant part, the hardware. TEN-T covers every way you can possibly get from A to B. Let's start with the railways, because this is where some of the most exciting changes are happening. We are talking about building and upgrading thousands of kilometers of track to create new high-speed passenger routes. Imagine zipping between Porto in Portugal and Vigo in Spain, or from Budapest in Hungary to Bucharest in Romania on a brand new super-fast train. To make this work, the entire network is being fitted with a single unified digital signaling system called ERTMS. This gets rid of the confusing patchwork of national systems and makes cross-border travel safer and much more efficient. Then you have the roads. While the goal is to get more freight onto rail, our motorways aren't being forgotten. The plan is to build safe and secure parking areas for professional drivers roughly every 150 kilometers across the main network. This is a big deal for safety and for the welfare of the drivers who keep our shops stocked. At the same time, the project is pushing for the rollout of alternative fuel stations, meaning you'll find hydrogen pumps and fast chargers for electric cars and lorries along all major European corridors. It's about making road travel smarter and cleaner. It doesn't stop on land either. Europe's waterways and sea routes are a massive part of the plan. The European Maritime Space Initiative is all about making short sea shipping a more attractive option, properly linking ports with the rail and road networks behind them. This means upgrading harbors, deepening canals, and making sure a container can be lifted off a ship and be on a train within minutes. Major ports are being equipped to handle bigger, more efficient vessels and, as mentioned, provide shoreside power to slash emissions from ships waiting at the docks. And here's something you might not expect from such a massive project. It even includes cycling. For the first time, active travel is a core part of the strategy. The 430 major cities along the 10T network are required to develop plans for sustainable urban travel, which means integrating cycling and walking paths with train stations and bus hubs. Major airports are also being connected to long-distance rail lines, so you can step off a plane and onto a train without any hassle. It's a truly holistic approach, connecting the largest airports to the smallest bike lane. A project of this scale doesn't happen overnight. You can't just press a big red button and have a new Europe-wide transport system. Instead, the work is being rolled out in clear, logical phases. The first major deadline is 2030, by which time the most important part, the core network, is set to be finished. This is the absolute backbone of the system, connecting the most vital cities and ports. After that, a new extended core network is due by 2040, which will bring even more regions into the fold. The final, all-encompassing, comprehensive network is scheduled for completion by 2050, linking every region in the EU. Of course, you can't build something this massive without a bit of teamwork. This is a truly collaborative effort. You have the European Union setting the overall vision and providing a huge chunk of the funding through its Connecting Europe facility. Then you have the individual countries who are responsible for planning and building the sections within their own borders. And it doesn't stop there. Private companies are brought in to handle the construction, and major financial institutions like the European Investment Bank help to arrange the financing. It's a complex partnership, a delicate dance of politics, engineering, and money. Naturally, a project this big faces some serious challenges. The first and most obvious is the cost. We are talking about billions upon billions of euros. Securing that funding year after year and making sure it's spent wisely is a monumental task. Then there's the coordination, getting 27 different countries, each with its own laws and priorities, to agree on the technical standards for a railway line or the exact route of a new road can be incredibly tricky. It requires endless meetings, negotiations, and compromises to keep everything moving forward in the right direction. Another massive hurdle is protecting the environment. You can't just plow a 6-lane motorway through an ancient forest or build a new railway line through a protected nature reserve without a second thought. Every single piece of the 10T project has to undergo strict environmental impact assessments. Planners have to find clever solutions like building green bridges for wildlife to cross motorways or tunneling under sensitive areas. It's a constant balancing act between the urgent need for modern infrastructure and the equally important duty to protect Europe's natural heritage for future generations. So, when all the dust settles and the last bit of track is laid, what will Europe look like? The answer is fundamentally better. For ordinary people, 10T promises a future where travel is simply less stressful and more reliable. Imagine hopping on a train in Berlin and arriving in Rome without delays or complications, or driving your electric car from Paris to Warsaw, confident that you'll find plenty of charging points along the way. It will shrink the continent, bringing people closer together for work, family, and leisure. Journeys that once took days will take hours. For the economy, the impact will be transformative. By removing bottlenecks and creating a truly seamless multimodal network, 10T will act as a supercharger for European trade. Goods will move faster and more cheaply, making businesses more competitive on the global stage. This efficiency boost will create jobs not just in construction and logistics, but across all sectors that rely on the free movement of goods and people. It's an investment that will pay dividends for decades to come, strengthening the single market and fostering prosperity across the entire Union. Crucially, this future will be a greener one. By making rail and water transport more appealing and efficient, 10T will trigger a significant shift away from the over-reliance on road freight. This, combined with the massive investment in alternative fuels and clean technologies, will lead to a dramatic reduction in the transport sector's carbon footprint. It's a practical, powerful step towards meeting Europe's ambitious climate goals. This isn't just about building new things, it's about building them in a way that respects our planet and secures a sustainable future. In the end, the Trans-European Transport Network is more than just a collection of infrastructure projects. It is a bold, tangible expression of a connected and forward-looking Europe. It's a commitment to a future where citizens can travel freely and easily, where businesses can thrive, and where economic growth goes hand in hand with environmental responsibility. It's a long and challenging road, but the destination is a Europe that is more integrated, more prosperous, and better prepared for the challenges of the 21st century. And that is an engineering feat worth getting excited about.